Harrison Hayes joining us. Harrison, we got to see from a couple different quarterbacks today. What was it like working with so many different quarterbacks, and what was just the spring practice process like for you overall?
Different quarterbacks. We have a lot of great guys in the quarterback room. Yeah, since I've been here, it's probably one of the strongest rooms we've had. Great leadership from everyone in the room. I really like Ethan Vasco, that kid. He knows how to lead a team. Same with Mike Merdinger. Ethan Howell is a young stud. I think he's going to be great in the years to come. Yeah, he's got the physical and seems like he's got the mental too. It's been a fun spring. You know, it's the last one for me. Time flies by really fast, but I think we got a good team. Out of all the years I've been at Liberty, I think this team is one of the most tight knit teams. I think our coaches have been doing a great job of bringing in guys who are genuine. And I could talk to anyone on this team and sit down for 30 minutes to an hour at lunch and just have a great conversation. So I think we got looks good right now. Great team.
With these spring games, obviously, I talked to Coach Chadwell. He said some of the programs are going away from him. As a player, is it a reward? You get to the end of all these tough spring practices and you get to go and play in front of a crowd. What's the player's perspective on a spring game?
I think it's fun to get out in the stadium and get with the guys, and it feels a little more serious. It's a little more like what a real game is like, and I think it's a fun atmosphere. We got the kids in the opposite end zone running around, and the parents come and watch. I think it's a great thing. If we're gonna do all these practices, why not have a little celebration at the end? Still get to play some ball and get guys tackling, referees out there, get some penalties, flags thrown. But yeah, it's a good atmosphere for the guys and the team.
With this, with this Russian attack, obviously no Billy Lucas, no Quentin Cooley. You're blocking for some new guys mostly. What's it like blocking for them as opposed to the group you had last year?
We've had some great running backs. Quentin Cooley, Billy Lucas is great players and really hard-nosed players. I think we have another great room that we have on the team is our running back room. It's young, but the guys run hard, run fast. Malachi, he was doing great. So was Caden Williams, and I think we have just a great room, and they run hard and they run fast. And even Evan Dickens, you see them cutting up, getting huge gains, and it's a great thing for our offense because we run off an explosive offense, and having running backs like that can really produce those explosive plays and help us get touchdowns, which we need.
How much more do you anticipate being able to block for kind of a thunder and lightning when Williams and Gray are in the backfield together?
It's fun. It's fun. At practice, they're running for 50 yards, and all the boys get to run down. It's a cool atmosphere. It gets the guys excited for sure, and I think that's something that our team needs this year to produce momentum in the games and just to keep going, and especially in those tough moments in the games where it's close. Those big plays really get to spark the team and give us that juice that we need in tight moments, like in New Mexico State last year with Quentin Cooley. He had two 40-plus yard touchdowns at the end of the game, and having stuff like that, fast players like Juju and Williams, it's going to be great for us as a team. I think it's really going to help us, do well this year.
Getting on the same page, offensive line. Jamie Chadwell mentioned that it's a work in progress, as I'm sure is every spring.
Yeah.
How much is it a benefit going up against the defensive front like you guys have?
We have a great defensive front, and we go at it every day. And me and Chris Bodie, we came in together in 2021. We've been at Liberty ever since. And I was telling him the one day, he beat me one rep, I beat him one rep, and I told him iron sharpens iron. He's like, yeah, that's a true thing. Going against great players in practice, when you get to the game, it's like I'm used to playing against better guys, and so that's a blessing that we have to have such a great front seven. What else did you ask?
In terms of being able to come together and the preparation of the defensive line. The defensive line,
the offensive line.
Work in progress offensive line.
Yeah, the offensive line. Well, we have a great room right now of guys who want to get better and guys who are coming after it every day. I think we got a pretty gritty group, and guys who want to play hard, want to play physical, and we have a great camaraderie in the room for sure. We got guys getting to the meeting like 20 minutes early just to sit there and just talk and joke around. And I think it's been fun, and this has been out of all the O-lines we've had some great groups, but this is a different one for sure in terms of how close we are, which I think you need in the O-line room because with Coach Durkin talks about the fist, and when you have five guys working as one versus an open hand, it's weaker separated, and when you have them in a fist together, it's stronger than anything. So if we can have our O-line tight, I think we'll have a good front for sure.
Ethan, we talked a little bit with some of your defensive coaches earlier this week. You guys don't have quite as many new faces, maybe some of the offensive side of things, but how did things go this spring with some of the new guys that you guys brought in?
Yeah, it's been great just bringing in new faces, new guys, and being able to take reps with them, being able to take reps and be able to work with those guys, like new guys, and be able to get some camaraderie with them. So it's been good for sure, and being able to, work with different guys. So yeah, it's been great.
You transferred in last year, so you were in a lot of these guys' shoes, like obviously Pollard and Spurlock at linebacker specifically. What's kind of the conversation like with them when you talk about getting them adapted into this defense?
Yeah, it's just kind of you kind of hop right into it. You kind of are thrown in the fire pretty quick, and communication is key. So we know if we just communicate with each other, whether that be Micah or whether that be Deuce, so we just communicate with each other, and if we're on the same page, everything will be good. And just being able to study extra in the film room, all that good stuff.
Defensive front, a lot of returning parts from last year to this year. How much have you already seen them take a step forward?
Yeah, it's been great having an experienced defensive front, Chris and TJ, all those guys coming back, and I love having those guys in front of me because they're able to plug up gaps, make great plays, take double teams, all that type of stuff, and just having that experience helps a lot, especially with them being in the system for a while. So yeah, it's been great working with those guys.
When we talk to Coach, he's hammering this idea of earning everything, earning your reps, earning your opportunities, earning championships. As a player, coming into this year versus when you came in last year, are you seeing a noticeable difference between the locker room, how guys are not behaving, or how they're reacting to that message of earning everything?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we have to earn so many things when it comes to our lives, and we don't want to be entitled individuals. We want to, work for the things that we get and earn the things that we get. We don't want to be given anything. So we're not going to be given a championship. We got to go take a championship. We got to go earn a championship. So he's just trying to instill that type of mindset into us.
How challenging is it on the defensive side when you see a backfield with Williams, who's got more size and power, and Gray, who's kind of the opposite of that?
Yeah, so having so many different running backs that we have, especially when we have multiple backs in the backfield, you have Juju, you have Caden, you have Von Blue, and all those different types of guys, it makes it hard because, you got some guys that are more power backs that are downhill, and then you got to worry about the other guy who's super, super fast, who's running 20-plus miles an hour. So, yeah, those guys are, great to go against, and, they help us prepare for what we see during the season.
I asked Harry Hayes, I'll ask you, what are your thoughts on spring game in general? You have all these practices leading up to it, and is it kind of like a celebration for you? What are your thoughts going into the game?
Yeah, I enjoy the spring game. Like Harry was saying, like we work all these practices during the spring to be able to go out in front of a crowd, in front of people, and just be able to put it all together, tackling things like that, being able to be in the stadium and communicate with everybody around us. And, there's noises going on, maybe a little bit more during practice. So being able to have that camaraderie and communication around us, like it's good to be able to rep that and work that.